Good evening, good afternoon, good night, and good morning. This is Tyron.
And Nicole with your weekly RETV News Break.
Hopefully everyone had a great day and great evening, and we are ready to get into some positive news here.
I'm excited to share.
On RETV News Break. Ready? All right. Shantia Lee, a former admissions and enrollment counseling professional, has developed and launched a College Thriver education app to help facilitate the college admission process for students of color. Her Orlando, Florida-based nonprofit organization aims to help minority students to reach their full potential. College Thriver Education was founded in 2020 by Shantia Lee and offers a range of services including higher education consulting, internship placement, enrollment management, ACT, SAT prep, and more. When asked about the motivation for creating the app, she explained, "I became tired of the systematic injustice that is created in higher education for students of color. So I created the app to close the equity gap and offer equality to higher education for all despite their socioeconomic status in life." The college admission process can be very daunting, especially for students who do not have access to mentorship or advice. Moreover, research conducted by UNCF found that only 50% of Black students have full access to college-ready courses. Sadly, those who are fortunate to secure a place often drop out before completing their course of study. In fact, a report published by Education Data, statistics revealed that students of color had the highest dropout rate of 54%. The report also revealed that 1/3 of those students dropped out before their sophomore year, with financial pressure cited as the top reason. The College Thriver app is available for free download in Apple and Google app stores. For more information about the app or the organization behind the app, visit college-thriver.org. That's a pretty interesting story.
Kudos to Miss Lee.
Shantia Lee, exactly, out of Florida, out of Orlando, Florida. Yeah, I know with us having kids, that's definitely something that, especially with our kids now being of age to get ready to go to college. We already have 2 in college, but to have some more get ready to go to college, this definitely would be something they should be interested in looking in.
We, as well as they, will be downloading that app.
Yes.
Because the more resources, the better. That is the perfect example of filling in the gap of her understanding the challenges that a lot of our students face. So to be able to develop this app is much needed. I'm excited to see what it's all about and to be able to share it with family and friends. Yeah,
so shout out definitely to Miss Shantia Lee for doing that. You found a need or a gap that was missing, and you created something that can definitely help not just us, but definitely help, like you said, all students for that matter, but especially those who don't have the resources that, a lot of others have in order to get into college or higher education. So shout out to you, Miss Shantia Lee. We appreciate you for all that you do.
Congrats to you.
Yeah, definitely.
Now on to our next story. The United States Mint Department has announced the creation of the American Women Quarters Program. It's a 4-year series celebrating the accomplishments and contributions made by women to the development and history of the U.S., beginning in 2022 and continuing through 2025. The new quarters will honor a diverse group of notable American women who made significant contributions in a variety of fields, including suffrage, civil rights, abolition, government, humanities, science, space, and the arts. The women honored are from ethnically, racially, and geographically diverse backgrounds. We're proud to announce that Maya Angelou is featured on the first coin of this program, and it will begin distribution on February 7th. Maya Angelou was a writer, poet, performer, social activist, and teacher who rose to international prominence as an author after the publication of her groundbreaking autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings. The reverse of the coin, which is the tail side of the coin design, depicts Maya Angelou with her arms uplifted. Behind her are a bird in flight and a rising sun, images inspired by her poetry and symbolic of the way she lived. The silhouette of the bird depicts a purple martin, a songbird common to Maya Angelou's birthplace.
That's dope. From my understanding, I believe Maya Angelou is actually from North Carolina. I know she did some teaching at the School of the Arts in North Carolina.
Okay.
In addition to at Winston-Salem State.
Wow.
And for her to be the first black, not just the first, female, but the first African American person on any form of, I guess, currency, especially here in the United States. Exactly. Oh man. My question is, how do we get one of these? How do we get one of these quarters? Because I know, they're already talking about, coin shortages and things like that. So, where do we get one of these quarters? I know, okay, it says it doesn't come out until February.
Yep.
But where do we get one of these quarters when they break?
My understanding is you'd be able to go to your local bank.
Okay.
They will offer them in donations of rolls, So
you got to buy a whole roll of like $50 worth of quarters. I only want one so I can keep it. I mean, if I have a quarter with Maya Angelou on it, I'm sorry, I don't think I want to spend it. I think I want to actually keep the quarter.
Definitely. My dad keeps quarters, so or coins, or collect coins. So I'm definitely going to let him know that these are coming out soon.
Yeah, I'm not a big coin collector, but just like most of us in the African American community, we probably have a jar sitting somewhere, that you keep, your pennies or your silver coins in. I'm one of those people who actually has that. I have a whole jar full of silver coins and a whole jar full of brass or copper, brass, whatever you want to call it, pennies. At the same time. So, and I'm very cautious because my mother always told me, be careful when you actually spend coins or before you throw them away or anything like that, because some of them can be worth, a lot of money.
Yes,
so I'm very curious to know if these will be done in limited edition to make them more valuable, worth just a quarter, or or just keeping them in general and passing it down like the $2 bill. $2 bills you can still find.
And the $2 coins.
Oh, I didn't know there was a $2 coin.
Yeah, I believe there are. I have to ask my
now,
dad.
I have a dollar coin.
Okay, so maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I have a dollar coin. I remember back in the day, they were like silver dollars, but then they came back out a few years back, maybe 10, 15 years ago now, with the actual gold dollar.
Oh.
Yeah, so I actually have one of those,
okay.
But to actually have the Maya Angelou quarter, that would be pretty dope. Because initially, I don't know if you remember, a few years back, they started the whole every state had a quarter type thing.
Yeah.
And so I tried saving, each quarter, each state from each quarter, or a quarter from each state, I guess it is. But when you need money, you go to like the laundromat, or you're trying to ride the train or the bus or something like that, you're like, I got a quarter, I need to use it. So,
gotcha.
That sucked. I know I still have quite a few of those quarters, but to say I collected all 50 and plus, you have the date and things like that, I know.
Yeah, you need to hold tight to those.
I gotta remember that.
But the Maya coin, it'll be available in $2 and $3 roll sets. But you can also get $100 coin bag as well, or $100 coin bag.
Okay, so you can get $100 in quarters. But what would you? Okay, so really, real talk. Would you want $100 in Maya Angelou quarters, or would you just say I'll just take the 3 or 5?
And those are probably going to be meant for your retail.
Yeah.
Spaces.
But I mean, people may possibly get $100 in Maya Angelou quarters for crazy reasons. But again, okay, so if that's the case, is there still a coin shortage? Because that's
the question.
I mean, because if you go to a lot of places, they'll still come up and they'll say, please try to give, exact change or use a card, something like that, because there's the coin shortage. So now, they're giving out these $100.
My question is, was there truly ever a coin shortage?
Well, we already know, there is the whole digital currency that, everybody's going to nowadays. I know we've invested in some digital currency. Hopefully you've invested in some digital currency. And maybe one day there'll be a digital Maya Angelou currency as well. I don't know.
That would be dope.
That really would be dope. So we'll see. I don't know. That's pretty interesting. On to our next story, though. A decade after deciding to take a different plan in life, Joseph Williams is helping other dads navigate the world of parenthood. 10 years ago, Williams, a father of 6 from Chicago, served 9 months in prison for possession of stolen vehicle. Upon his release, he dedicated himself to doing positive things in the community, including volunteering at his children's school. One day, he was asked to read a book to his daughter's class, and he was such a hit that the teacher and students asked him to return. With me starting to do that, other fathers started to come in as well, Williams told the Today Show. They were like, hey, what's going on? Can we be a part of this? Can we join? I was like, absolutely. This inspired Williams to launch the Mr. Dad's Fathers Club, an organization that offers enriching activities for kids on the Chicago South Side, as well as support for dads. There are now more than 150 fathers in the group, and they participate in reading and community outreach events, as well as weekly fatherhood support group. Their goal is to build a community center and library that will offer resources to parents and kids alike. Williams is an author writing a book called My Daddy Is Me, a phrase that his daughter once said. The book is about the different jobs parents can have, featuring black and brown characters. For black and brown children, it's good to have someone who looks like us, Williams told Today. Now that is dope. That is dope.
That.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. One small act of kindness of him volunteering as a parent at his child's school has now turned into having a support group of over 150 fathers. That is just remarkable.
And an entire organization that not only a support group for the fathers, but for the kids and for the schools. Yeah. I know, with my mom being a former teacher, one of the biggest issues they have was parent involvement. Yeah. Parent involvement, I'm pretty sure it still is. Parent involvement isn't as big as teachers and principals and administrators would like. So to not have that involvement in school really does a disservice, not only to our kids, but to the teachers. A lot of people feel like, we send our kids to school and it's like their babysitting service. But to have parents to come out and not only just be a part of the PTA and things like that, or come for those special programs, but to come and read to the kids and be a support, for those, especially considering the fact that he was formerly incarcerated for, a stolen vehicle. So to turn that around in such a way to make it a positive story for his kids for his own kids to see, hey, right, I may have done this and I started this way, but this is not who I am and not who I want you to see who I am. Yeah. I want to show that I can do bigger, better, and positive things, not only in my life, but the life of yours and your peers. That's dope.
He is rewriting his story and rewriting his story positively.
Yeah, that is super
you,
dope.
Mr. Williams.
And I really hope and encourage that, for those who are watching this story, whether you're, into the Chicago South Side area or other parts of Chicago or in other states for that matter, to possibly go out and do the same. I know we're in the whole, COVID situation, so you kind of have to, be careful. And I'm pretty sure he's probably out there being careful, wearing his PPP, stuff, his mask and all that other stuff, to be around other kids and to go in the school system. But I really hope that this is an opportunity that other people see the same and want to emulate and do the same in their city and their state as well.
Definitely.
That's pretty dope. Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Joseph Williams out of the South Side of Chicago, for turning your life around and doing something positive for your kids and the kids in the community there. In addition to all the over 150, he started a whole organization, over 150 fathers who are doing, who started, like I said, support group, a whole organization as a support group to the fathers and, kids, because the South Side of Chicago does not get a good rap at all.
True. So this is his token back to the community of turning it around. Kudos to him.
Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Joseph Williams.
On to our last story. A 13-year-old has made nearly $6 million with NFT art. Nyla Hayes is an established student, artist, and now an entrepreneur millionaire. Hayes has earned over $5.7 million in Ether cryptocurrency thanks to her NFT artwork. Nyla has also created an NFT collection entitled Artists in Residence for Time magazine. Inspired by her love of being female and her love for the Brontosaurus dinosaur, Nyla's artwork features blended her two loves together and created Long Neckies collection. Nyla's uncle encouraged her to go the NFT route, largely for the exposure and for IP protection by the blockchain. The Long Neckies concept is about empowerment and loving yourself. And I quote, "My long neckies stand for diversity in women from all around the world. It's meant to make people comfortable in their own skin, and it's meant to make young girls feel powerful about being themselves," says Nyla. Congratulations to Nyla for paving the way for herself and her legacy. I'm excited to see what she creates for her next NFT collection.
Okay, so my mind is blown because, like I said, we just talked about cryptocurrency, how that seems to be I can say it's the newest rage, but it's for the past, 15, maybe 10, 15 years, cryptocurrency has slowly been incorporating itself into our lives and our culture.
Yes.
So again, we encourage those of African American descent and others, brown, white, so forth, to, get involved in that. As it hopefully will become the norm. But this whole NFT thing, it's still new to me.
It is.
And I am still trying to catch on to this whole NFT thing because I really don't get it. But I think I've heard someone explain it this way, because NFTs are what, non-fungible tokens or something like that, right?
Exactly.
And it's pretty much digital artwork that people can use in the metaverse or whatever, right?
Any type of artwork.
Oh, okay.
It's just digitized.
Yeah. So it's digital. So it's digital artwork. So I've heard people say what they actually do with these NFTs is they create their environment in the metaverse or this digital universe, and they can use it as like artwork they hang in like their houses or their businesses in this digital world. So that's pretty dope. How old was she?
At the time, she was 12. She has just turned 13 on January 1st. Kudos to the fellow Capricorn.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
Her birthday is the day before mine.
So she's 12 or 13, or she's 13 now. For her to have the mindset to create something like this, and her uncle to say, you know what, why don't you create this as an NFT? I'm curious to know what process that they went through. Like, how did her uncle know if he's so heavily involved in this? Like, how did he start that process? That's pretty dope.
It is, and that's one of the things that I've been studying. And actually, it's no different than, downloading the app, creating an account, creating a collection account, and then uploading your artwork. And your artwork can be, like you said, drawings. It can also be poems. It can be music.
Oh,
it can be a very well-versed, anything that we consider art today can be digitized.
Can be considered NFT. I learned something new today. I did not know why. And I've heard that Nas turned one of his albums into an NFT.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure exactly how that worked, or how. Again, I'm still learning this whole NFT thing. So maybe you have to, we'll do another story, or you have to share with us, exactly how the whole NFT craze is working. Because I'm definitely interested. Because I'm like, how, like, literally I've seen like monkeys and like guitars and like all types of like really cool digital stuff that I would like to see like on a t-shirt. But they're actually digital artwork that people consider NFTs.
And one of the artwork collections that I have really liked that has recently been turned into NFT is some of the profile pictures of Bob Marley.
Really?
Yeah.
And I haven't seen
really
those.
Abstract, and it's just amazing what we can do now with technology and where everything is going. So I'm trying to definitely be a sponge and learn all that I can. Because, granted, I gave you a few steps on how to start an NFT. There's a little bit more to it, but fundamentally, that's exactly what you can do.
Gotcha. So Miss Nyla Hayes is out there, and it's crazy because I've literally seen people say they bought an NFT for like $200 or $300, and then like a month later, or a few weeks later, or even a few days later, they've sold their NFTs for like millions or billions. Yeah. So Nyla actually is worth what? Would you say 5.7
at the time of this writing?
Million?
5.7 million. Yeah.
I'm in the wrong business, y'all. I'm in the wrong business, because for you to be able to create something and it be worth 5.7 million, or your collection, from my understanding, is worth 5.7 million, and she's only 13.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I'm in the wrong business, y'all. I mean, we got to get ahead of the curve with these NFTs, this digital currency, this metaverse, and all of these things that we're doing. I really commend Nyla and people who are like her, who are doing these things, who are helping change the landscape of our world and our community. I think it's pretty dope, and I look forward to seeing people like Nyla and other, little girls and other brown boys and, adults for that matter. I got to figure out how I can get my hand in it. Maybe we can do an RETV NFT somehow, some way. That would be pretty dope. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, that is pretty dope, and I'm just enjoying all of the positive news that we get an opportunity to share with you all. Each and every Thursday, right here, 12 p.m. Eastern time, RETV News Break, we'll actually bring positive news to you. We know there's news that you can see on regular cable television that sometimes we just get tired of watching over and over and over again, but we want to actually have an opportunity to bring some positive news your way to brighten up your day and some things that you just may not have heard of.
Yeah.
So we appreciate y'all for tuning in to RETV News Break. We hope that you have a great and blessed week, and we will see you all same time next week. Thank you.
Welcome to What's Going On? My name is Demita Joe. Each Wednesday, you can find me here at 3 p.m. I'll be over here discussing different things that are going on and try to bring you a boost of positivity for your week because we all need this. We're going to share some feel-good stories. We might find a hometown hero. We may take a look at some trending topic. And sometimes we might even find a lesson in a not-so-warm and fuzzy story if we can. I'm Demita Joe, and I'll see you guys on the next episode right here on What's Going On?
Growing up in the church, we saw a lot. Things that people refuse to talk about. The elephants in the room. Mental illness, sexual abuse, broken families, domestic violence, and so much more. The Big E, The Elephant in the Room, is a show that sheds light on these topics. We're here to speak about the unspeakable.